Right, here we go.
Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in to the Loadout with Sean and John. Thank you so much. Sean, how are you today?
Doing well, doing well. Just seeing you on the couch every day is kind of breaking up the day. I feel like I got a normal kind of job kind of deal going here versus
Kinda.
just sitting at home and doing nothing. But
Well, it's fun talking and then working on cell phones and emails in between things. And
yeah. Well, luckily it's still working. People are still asking questions. That must mean we're getting closer to getting back to reality and getting some work done.
it is happening. Hopefully, it's really soon. Look who we got today, the great Bob Benedetti. Bob, how are you?
Hey guys, how's it going?
What you got in the back there? You make me feel like I got to come over and tune something.
This is what used to be the home office. This was my burn pile when this all started.
Wow.
Now it's a game and music room, completely converted, and I get to keep some instruments out.
All right.
Very cool. So what you been up to? What shows were you doing when all this came down?
Well, it's funny when this whole thing started. I caught wind of a shutdown on a Facebook group, an IOTI Facebook group that I'm on, like right after the New Year, and it was more comments from people that do tours, music tours specifically in Europe, and they said, oh, get ready for a real slow summer. Festivals are starting to postpone and cancel. I noticed it, but didn't really think much of it, and then very sparse information started coming through. And I was at the Metropolitan Opera, one of the Lincoln Center buildings, actually working with Mike Moran, who was recently on.
Mikey.
We heard my last work day was the 13th. We had a canceled show on the 14th of March. We set the show up on Monday, had a rehearsal taping on Tuesday, and we started hearing rumors that maybe they were going to feed the rehearsal and cancel the live show. On Wednesday, late in the day, we got a phone call because it was an off day that we were coming back in on Friday to wrap, and the show was off. Our next show was in 2 weeks there, but in that interim, Wednesday to Thursday, I had like a shoot with Alicia Keys the next week at Jazz at Lincoln Center. That got postponed, and then I had a Broadway shoot for a promo commercial later in that week. The next week, that got postponed. And then one by one, my calendar just started emptying out. A lot of things postponed, a few canceled. Hard to say really when the New York market's going to come back. Everything shut down certainly through August, as far as Broadway, all the Lincoln Center, Radio City, Madison Square Garden. They haven't really said when things are going to happen. But in the tri-state area, it's not a real popular idea to have live events and people in big groups. It's not going to happen for a while.
Yeah, no, it's tough out there. And what have you been doing to stay busy? How many times have you waxed the GTO or what?
It's funny you say that. My first exit from any kind of mental downturn started in the garage. I did go out in the garage, midway through the first week off and just went off. I mean, I organized, got rid of a lot of junk, tools, straightening, getting all my equipment in order, getting the car started, and, for the spring, a couple motorcycles, pushed, my two wave runners in an area where I'll get to them next, and just really got my garage probably in the best order it's been shop-wise ever. And then from there, I just moved into the house. I go paint projects, a few carpentry projects, yard cleanup. Around here, we're just getting into the spring setup for the summer since we're so seasonal. My next big task in a week or two would probably be the pool.
Jeez, Bob, you make me feel like an underachiever.
You know what? Honestly, I have to get up every morning and do something. So I work until 5 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and then I hit the Buffalo Trace.
Yeah, nice, that's awesome. Well, that's good. We just everybody's healthy, and how's the family and everybody?
Family's doing great. I have a high school senior. That's been a little bit challenging. We were in the middle of the recruiting process. He's a two-sport varsity athlete, football and wrestling, and he was being recruited pretty heavily for both. That all occurred via Zoom, much like this. A little bit tough to have a college tour, especially when you're an athlete. You want to see all the facilities, online on a laptop screen. But all the different universities did a great job putting, programs together for him to see what's going on. And as best we could do without showing up in person. We had wrestling state tournament in New Jersey first week of March. So he had all his official NCAA visits scheduled for after wrestling states, which was March 7th. Unfortunately, within the next week, everything was closed.
Wow,
So
yeah.
that changed things a lot.
Yeah, it's tough on the kids.
It's they're I got one in college now. I have one in high school. Excuse me. They're doing the online learning. My oldest is out. He's actually in Local 600 also. He was on a sitcom for Netflix that got stopped. He actually was on a show that they had 3 cases, potential exposure. Luckily, he's healthy. But when it all hit, we didn't see him for 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
And I'm also pitching in with my parents, 78 and 80, my mom and dad, just getting their provisions, groceries, kind of keeping them in order so they don't go out.
Yeah. Right. Wow. Wow. That's so you're a busy man. I mean, everybody's healthy, so that's a good thing.
Healthy. We're doing good. I really, we've been going out as little as possible, and in the beginning, I was getting gas in each car $5 at a time, so I could just take a ride. But I've been using the GTO a lot. Just take a blast, and in the garage and out and back in. It's all good. We're fortunate. The refrigerator's full, the bar's stocked, and everybody's healthy. So just trying to ride it out. It's uncertain times.
Well, congratulations on the kids. That's pretty awesome news. Sounds like he's doing really super. And it's just such a drag thinking about like how important that senior year is and the graduation parties and all that, and how that has just changed everything too.
We just got word. I live in New Jersey, 45 miles outside of Manhattan, and we just got word yesterday from the governor's news conference that schools officially closed for the rest of the year. So he just found out yesterday, no graduation. Prom was already a dead issue. He's got a girlfriend that's a junior. He's a senior. They were going to both proms. That's all. You got to make the best of it. They'll do something over the summer. But hopefully things, are settled by then.
Maybe you can let them take the girl for a cruise in the GTO.
Yeah, with me in the back seat.
Bob, thank you, Bob.
Yep. All right. Well, thanks for coming by the show, and we're glad you're healthy. And
yes, you look good.
Yeah, you look good. And
hopefully, I'm thinking the VMAs is our next thing back. And the conventions, if that goes on.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
Fingers crossed for everybody.
Yep. All right, Bob. Well, thank you for stopping by, and stay healthy and safe.
Stay healthy. Be safe. Hope to see you guys soon.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye. New York City, it's a whole nother place.
It is. It's amazing how much harder they're hit than we are. But everybody seems to be in pretty good spirits that we've talked to from there, and
for sure.
And Bob's a great guy. He's like the I don't want to say senior utility guy, but he's our Charlie Fernandez, shall I say, of New York, and great guy. I finally had a opportunity a couple years ago to meet him and work with him, and just fun guy, great group of guys that he brings to work, and glad he's safe and healthy.
I love everybody in New York. That's my favorite bunch of guys to work with. There's no BS. Get it done. And boy, if you don't have a thick skin over there, you're in trouble.
Yeah, can't be sensitive in New York.
No. Well, good seeing you. Thanks for everything again.
All right, thank you.
Hope you're good.
All right, talk to you.
Bye.